Look, I'll tell you something most guys figure out way too late. When a woman is interested in you, she doesn't announce it. She doesn't post about it. She doesn't say it out loud while looking you in the eye like some confession scene in a movie. She folds it into the conversation, buries it inside a sentence you'll probably forget by tomorrow. And the wild part, it works. It works because the delivery is so normal, so ordinary that your brain doesn't flag it. It just floats past you. But once you know what to listen for, you start catching it everywhere. Old texts, old phone calls, a woman you dated 3 years ago who said something at the end of the night that didn't make sense at the time. It'll hit you like a truck. You'll want to go back and replay the whole thing. So that's what this is. 2 phrases. That's all, not a list of 17 signs, not a breakdown of micro-expressions. 2 specific things she will say, in her own way when she's decided she wants to get closer to you. And once you hear them, you can't unhear them. Before I get into them though, you need the context. Because without it, the phrases sound like nothing. They sound boring. They sound like you'd brush them off without a second thought. And that, honestly, is why so many men stay stuck in the same cycle without understanding what went wrong. Here it is. Women are taught early, ridiculously early, to be careful with how they express interest. Not because they want to be, because the cost of being too direct has been made very clear to them their entire lives. They learn to test the water first, to feel out whether the moment is safe before they say what they're actually thinking. Psychologists call this indirect communication. Women do it more than men, significantly more, especially when the topic is personal. So when a woman wants to feel close to someone, she almost never leads with a statement. She leads with a question, not because she's playing games, because she's checking. She's scanning for something. She's figuring out if it's safe to keep going. And most men answer the question and miss what the question was really doing. That's the whole problem. Right there. Now the first one, it sounds like small talk. That's the genius of it. It sounds so casual, so throwaway that you'd never in a million years think it was loaded. But it is. And once you understand what it actually means, you'll start noticing it constantly. She'll say something like, "What's going on in your head right now?" Or, "Where'd you go just now?" Or sometimes just, "What are you thinking about?" That's the moment. That's the real moment. She's not asking for a status report. She's not bored. She's trying to get inside. She wants to know what's happening behind your face because she wants to feel like she's the person you'd share it with if something were happening. She's asking for access. And the way you answer that question, the thing you say back tells her whether she's getting it or not. Most guys say nothing, or "I don't know," or they make a joke and change the subject. And from her side, that registers, not as a big dramatic rejection, just as a closed door. A door that looked open a second ago, and she doesn't say anything about it. She just steps back quietly. Couples researchers have studied this exact pattern for decades. The ones who stay together are the ones who respond to these small moments. The ones who answer the question like it matters, because it does. To her, it matters a lot. Okay, second one. This one's sneakier. This one you'll hear late at night. After a good day. After a date that went well. After a long conversation where things felt easy and you both forgot to check your phones. When the moment is winding down, but neither of you actually wants it to end. She'll say, "You tired?" 2 words. That's it. And your brain will say she's asking about sleep. Sure, sometimes she is, but a lot of the time she's not. A lot of the time what she's really doing is asking if you're still here, if you're present, if the night is over, or if there's still room for it to become something more. She phrases it that way because it's safe. Because "Are you tired?" has a clean answer. You can say yes and nothing happens. Nobody gets embarrassed. The moment passes, but if you say no, and you say it in a certain way with a certain look, she just got her answer. The answer she was hoping for. And you'll see it. Her shoulders drop a little. Her voice gets softer. She stays right where she is. That's what she was waiting for. Here's what most guys get wrong, though. They think these 2 questions are about the words. They're not. They're about the timing. They only come up when she's already decided she wants to be close to you. She's already made up her mind. The question is just the final checkpoint, the last thing she needs before she lets the rest happen. So if you miss them, you don't get a warning. You don't get a second chance to ask, "Wait, what did you mean by that?" She just files it, moves on. And next time, the questions don't come because she's stopped trying. That's the part nobody talks about. It's not that she lost interest, it's that she decided you weren't listening, and she made a quiet decision based on that. And look, I'm not telling you this, so you can run some kind of playbook. I'm telling you because,